Before we get into this video, I do want to give a trigger warning. There is discussion and descriptions of sexual abuse and sexual assault in this video, so you have been warned about that going forward. So I want to talk about how Israel is arresting their lawyer that whistleblew on Israeli soldiers sexually assaulting Palestinian prisoners. And we're going to look at the short excerpt of what's just happened about 4 hours ago, as of me recording this video. So they've now placed that soldier, that's the lawyer, under house arrest. So Israeli news outlet Haaretz, who a lot of Israelis are like, Haaretz is Hamas. When Haaretz is like pro-Israel throughout, they just will occasionally point out like criticisms of Israel. But the military advocate general, I'm not even going to attempt to say that name, has been placed under house arrest following her arrest on Sunday, we'll go into that, over allegations that she was involved in leaking videos, a video showing Israeli soldiers abusing a Palestinian prisoner in an Israeli detention facility. Now, this person is under arrest for literally doing their job in Israel, and this person is still pro-Israeli. Yifat Tomer-Yerushalmi is like appointed by the Israeli army, is like pro-Israel, is part of the Israeli occupation, and is being punished because they're pointing out, hey, some of our soldiers are doing like sexual assault. The Tel Aviv Magistrate Court approved her release in line with a police request. With the agreement of her legal team, authorities also imposed restrictions barring Tomer, from contacting other suspects linked to the leak until the 31st of December. The video, which has circulated widely online, has reignited criticism of the Israeli military's handling of Palestinian prisoners and raised questions about accountability within the Israeli army's legal team. Human rights groups have long condemned what they have described as systemic mistreatment of Palestinians in Israeli cells. Tomer-Yerushalmi, once the Israeli army's top legal advisor, faces scrutiny for not only for the alleged leaks, but also for broad implications it carries for transparency and oversight in Israel's military institution. So, she is now under house arrest. She was arrested on Sunday. But remember, she was arrested for leaking or being part of a group that leaked Israeli soldiers sexually assaulting Palestinians, and you're seeing videos of the Israeli soldiers now with like masks on their heads saying we are being wrongfully punished for like abusing Palestinians. And it all goes back to the fact that Israelis don't think Palestinians are humans. They don't trust Palestinians like humans, and that's how evil Israel is. Let's go into like the deeper article for Middle East Eye on this. So this article, I believe, was from last Sunday when it came out that she was arrested. The Israeli military is set to appoint a new advocate general after a scandal forced the resignation of its top lawyer, who admitted to leaking footage apparently showing soldiers raping a Palestinian detainee. Yifat Tomer-Yerushalmi stepped down on Friday after confirming her involvement in leaking surveillance videos from the notorious Sde Tiemen detention camp during Israel's genocidal war on Gaza. The footage published in August last year, so this was last year they were showing this, purportedly, English is my first language, showed a group of soldiers at Sde Tiemen gang raping a Palestinian detainee whilst forming a human barrier around him. The leak came amid backlash from ultra-nationalist Israelis over the military investigation into the assault. Like, Israelis are going out and being like, you should not investigate this because let me finish this sentence actually because it's pertinent. Tomer-Yerushalmi said the video was released to the press to counter pressure from far-right groups attacking the military advocate's general office. Literally, she was doing her job, which again, her job is to protect the Israeli military. Again, she is all part of the machine of the Israeli military, but she released the video because she was like, guys, don't attack me. They actually were doing this thing we're accusing them of. Here's the footage. And then Israel were like, it doesn't matter. Let them do it. At least 9 Israeli soldiers were questioned over the assault in late June, sparking widespread anger across Israel because they were questioned. Only 5 were indicted for severe abuse of detainee, but not for rape. The trial remains ongoing. They're going to get off because that's what Israel does. Israel loves doing these things to Palestinians. It's a very weird kind of thing in Israeli society. It's ingrained into them that they should be allowed to abuse Palestinians. Cancel the trial immediately and prosecute the legal chief, said attorney Adi Kader of the far-right legal aid organization Honun, according to Haaretz. Haaretz previously reported the victim of the gang rape suffered a ruptured bowel, severe anal lung injuries, broken ribs, and required surgery. Again, this is what Israeli soldiers were doing to Palestinians, because Israeli society is predicated on the abuse of Palestinians. They don't see Palestinians as humans, and so will abuse them vehemently. And the reason they're prosecuting it is because, said the leak had caused enormous damage to Israel's public image. They aren't upset that these guys were sexually abusing Palestinians because they all support it. All the Israelis support it. Every single person who supports Israel supports the sexual abuse of Palestinians. They are upset because it made them look bad. It's not one-to-one, but I'm someone who likes wrestling. Hulk Hogan didn't apologize for being racist. He apologized because he got caught being racist. He told people, be more careful. This is what Netanyahu was saying. Netanyahu here is saying, it's okay for you to sexually assault Palestinians, just don't get caught doing it. Don't show everyone you doing it. Again, if you support Israel, you support the sexual assault of Palestinians. End of. No matter if you are a liberal supporting the existence of Israel or you're a hardcore ultranationalist who wants to wipe out the Middle East in favor of Israel. You support these actions. Israeli rape of Palestinians. Since the war on Gaza began in October 2023, Israeli prison authorities and the military have been widely accused of abusing Palestinian detainees, including through rape, starvation, torture, and the denial of medical treatment. More than 70 Palestinian detainees have died under such conditions. Again, these are the ones that have been reported on. UN Independent Commission on this. The commission said that it had documented cases of rape and sexual assault of male detainees, including the use of electrical probes to cause burns on the anus and the insertion of objects such as a finger, sticks, broomsticks, and vegetables into the anus and rectum. One victim told the commission that he was suspended from the ceiling. Officers inserted a metal tool into his penis repeatedly until it started bleeding and he fainted. This is a sick obsession Israel has. And, in the wake of October 2023, they were like, Hamas did sexual assault en masse. The Hamas wants to do that to every Israeli. And there is very limited evidence of this. But we have widespread evidence of Israel doing this. Because Israel's entire thing is doing this to Palestinians. There is well documented evidence over the past 70 plus years of Israel doing this to Palestinians. It is a sick, perverted thing within Israeli society. This culture is ingrained into Israeli society, especially against Palestinians. And it's horrendous, really. It's disgusting. Let me just cover that. It's horrible. It is, and yet you have Western government supporting this, the UK government, the US government. I get, because the US government is literally in control of Israel. Of course, I'll support them. UK, France, Germany, all of these European nations and non-European nations who hardcore support Israel. They see this and they approve of it because in actuality, they want to be doing this to people. As the far right grows, they will try and do this to people they lock up as prisoners in our jails as well. they see Israel as a template to see how far they can go, and they will start to replicate what they can do, what Israel does to people that of their choosing. So, and yet the person who leaked this, they didn't leak it because they were like, this is bad that Israel did this. They leaked it because they were like, look, I have proof of what I'm doing, so you guys can't attack me for this. You guys can't attack me. I'm just showing you guys the proof. Please stop attacking me. And now they're like, why did you show the world the proof? That's literally the thing. Israel isn't upset about, being like sexually assaulting Palestinians. They're upset that people are seeing them doing it. Israeli society supports this. If you support Israel, you support sexual assault. That's the crux of it. Okay, look, my chair's broken, so I think I've been going slowly down throughout this video, so do with that as you will.